that Attack on Titan Season 2 greatness has arrived. We've been waiting a while. It's been 4 years since the original air date for Attack on Titan Season 1. Now, this is the only anime from this season that I'm watching that I know the manga or the source material for, that I'm going to be actively reviewing, so I know what's going to happen. But just this episode alone, despite me knowing what was going to happen, Studio Wit went above and beyond what I thought they were going to do. From the splendid voice acting that really gave me chills near the end, when the man, only second to Levi himself, was screaming in anguish and pain, just not wanting to die. Just the carnage of his death is just, it sets the stage perfectly for this season to show that Playtime is over. You thought Season 1 was rough? You haven't seen anything yet. The Beast Titan himself is just pure fear. He can speak. He has human intelligence. You know there's a human inside, as he's someone like Eren, someone like Annie, someone who can control their abilities, but he can speak. He's able to just pinpoint, take off the maneuver gear, not hurt someone. This is how much intelligence this guy has, but also the insane strength that you see when he whips his horse. This shows you that this season is not going to be for the faint of heart. There is going to be some real bloodshed and carnage, and I just loved how they adapted this and how they portrayed this on screen, because the visuals we knew was going to look good. Attack on Titan Season 1 had a very unique art style and a very unique animation style and just techniques used to really give a sense of speed. So when characters are flying around on the maneuver gear, you really feel like you're watching them, like you're flying around with a camera, really feeling the wind in your face when they're flying around trees and buildings. And this season is no exception so far. But what really sticks out is the voice acting, because even from a character who is just here for this episode, really, to really just show you what's about to happen. Of course, he was in Season 1. However, most people aren't going to remember him. But to really just reintroduce a character, to kill him off, but to give him such human emotion with the voice acting was amazing. What I loved about this episode is how it sets the stage of just what is truly at stake. That you thought the Colossal and the Armor Titan was scary? No. What's truly scary is the Beast Titan, and him this season is going to be amazing, just the overall, what he brings to the table for this arc. And I loved it, because the episode literally nearly starts off, like near the beginning, they're saying, don't worry, he can handle it. There's 9 Titans and some abnormals in the bunch. And yeah, you can see he's a little scared, but it said he is only second to Levi himself, and we know how strong and how skilled Levi is. So when you see that he's only down to 4 Titans, you're thinking, alright, I mean, he might get injured or something like that. But then, when you see just what this Beast Titan truly is made of, it shows you just how perfectly executed that little bit of dialogue at the beginning, like, truly was. That it was just set the stage of, if someone only second to Levi can be brought to their knees in anguish to this degree, even Levi himself may have a hard time. This isn't going to be an easy arc for the characters, and that's what I love about the execution. The visuals, the voice acting, the new OP. I mean, I've heard some people say, oh, it doesn't live up to the first OP. I think it's an amazing OP. I love this first, second, and also now the third. I thought it was just really interesting. The ending song is a little weird, I'll give you that. It's gonna take a little while for it to grow on me. I think it will grow on me, but I think it will in due time. But it's weird for right now. But I actually really like the opening. For the visuals, like, if you read the manga, you know what some of those visuals mean. But I just thought it doesn't like overly spoil things unless you've read the manga. It's very fast paced for the quote unquote spoilers. But I also just really like the new OP. Just everything about this arc is going to be hype. And I just thought overall, this is everything I wanted and more. I had a smile on my face this entire episode, and I'm so hyped for the remaining episodes. And yes, this is so far confirmed to be 12 episodes, and people are going to ask me on my opinion on this. Overall, I'm fine with it. We're going to be adapting the Clash of Titans arc. It's going to be fully adapted. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff like, oh, if they're only adapting one arc, then why didn't they just immediately do a second season, as when the first season ended, there was 50 chapters out, and there's a lot to it, but a summary of this is a couple of things. Wit Studio's been busy. They haven't just been sitting around doing nothing. They've been working non-stop since Attack on Titan ended. But when the season 1 ended, they, like the producers, were like, yeah, we want to continue doing this. We want to adapt the full thing. But there's a couple of things. And more than likely, they originally wanted to do a season 2 with a full-on, 25, 26 episodes. But what's recently happened is you can see articles online. The manga publishers want the anime to stay 2 arcs ahead of the anime. So there's a big 4-year gap. Wit Studio's been busy, and the manga is now in chapter 91, I think. I think 92 is coming out this month. So basically, what's ultimately happened is they took that 4-year break, they now have this, and pretty much the manga is going to be ending either this year or next year, more than likely. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to have 2-year breaks between seasons, or they could go the route of doing like a 1 cour a year or something like that, but next year they're pretty busy as well. They got a 2 cour and something else happening. So, you know, people can say, oh, we waited 4 years for this. I mean, really, there's plenty of anime that get 2nd or 3rd seasons, not just in a 1 to 2 year gap. Like, it can be 3, 4, 5 years. That's actually pretty typical. I think just anime fans who jumped on board on a very popular series like Attack on Titan aren't used to that, and they think it should only be a 1 to 2 year gap, but Japan is very different. They're about pumping out new series after new series, but Attack on Titan, like Sword Art Online, is going to get a full adaptation. It is a moneymaker. It's going to get a full adaptation. Yes, you're going to have to wait a bit longer for more episodes, unless they somehow come out of the woodworks and say this is actually a split core, which isn't going to happen, I don't think, but you never know what they could do. But overall, you know, you're probably going to see a 2 core in 2 years after this season ends. You know, it's not a big deal to me. I mean, we get a full arc. It's not like they're going to cut this arc short. It's a great arc, and I'm fine with it myself, but people are going to complain no matter what, but overall, they're always going to come back for more Attack on Titan when it's all said and done. I'd be interested to hear what everyone thought of this new episode of Attack on Titan. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And before you leave, hit that like button, share your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.